I think I have a wonderful surprise for you. It may even be something that many of you didn't know, or even if you do know, you may not have, taken it in recently. Because there is a ton of news, entertainment, sports, weather, all of that stuff that's out there for everybody. And it's absolutely free. And you're going to say, Culture, we know all about broadcast channels, and I'm sure that all of you probably do. But do you know the voodoo that they do now? Let's talk about Diginets. Here we go. For those of you out there that like the occasional break from the hard-driven entertainment news and analysis, this video is for you. Actually, like I said at the beginning of the video, it's for everybody. You see, here in the United States and pretty much all of North America, and in places around the world as well, you can still enjoy over-the-air television. That's right, there's still places broadcasting a signal to whoever happens to intercept it with an aerial antenna. Except that right now, OTA is better than it's ever been because it's in the new digital form. And you may right now rely on streaming for services that you pick up for television, like, your network shows or any of the things that you might still be engaged with over there. But what if I told you that you can see much of what is already there and what you're seeing there for free? Not only that, you will often see it much better. And what do I mean by this? Well, if you're using cable or satellite, you will definitely see an improvement if you go OTA. You see, folks that are sending you all of the wonderful content that you're collecting via satellite or cable, they're doing it elsewhere via broadcast signal. And that wonderful content goodness comes along with a massive amount of compression, at least through the cable services and satellite as well. And when you compress things, especially with cable or satellite, you're destined to have signal degradation. That's a result of the overhead that it costs to compress and decompress the signal, or encode, decode, however you'd like to refer to it. When you send data over a broadcast channel, it comes in at around 20 megabits per second, or the Mbps if you like the shorter, acronym. This is also compressed here in the United States for broadcast, but that goes over at MPEG-2. And when it's unpacked, it has less degradation, so you get a better, more crystal clear appearing signal. And the reason that you see a more clear image from the broadcast is, as I said, less degradation. That is because, again, cable and satellite, crazy compression. It's super aggressive, and it's because they have to fit so much through such a small amount of, available bandwidth through however they're delivering it to you. Many of you are still saying, why are we still talking about this? We know about OTA television. Well, here's something you may not know, and many broadcasters are actually just waking up to, at least right now, and they're starting to make use of them. And as I said before, they're called Diginets. Diginets, well, what are those? Well, when we were making the switch from analog broadcast signals to digital, there were some features that were left unappreciated, not used, things that were ignored by the broadcasters that were delivering their normal television programming to us. The channel that they are now broadcasting on, however, could now be divided into many sub-channels. So if you had, let's say, channel 4, that could be divided into some sub-channels, 4.1 through 4.9. That's 9. That's a lot more. That's 9 more channels. It's a lot. And this makes the 25 million households or so here in the United States, and I guess it's bigger in all of North America, an even larger market than before, because you can reach them with more programming, which means you can reach them with more advertisements, which means you can make more money, at least if you can show that you're actually, broadcasting that to an audience. Now, I find it fascinating that the broadcasters are just waking up to this fact. In fact, they're expanding Diginets faster than I actually could have possibly expected, but it's kind of very recent. And there's a VIP article that points out why Diginets are growing and some unexpected benefits when it comes to streaming. And we'll get over there for those side effects right now in this article from Variety VIP platform. The Rise of Diginets. Well, they've already been here, but we'll dive into this real quickly. It's a story you may have missed, but the number of Diginets in the US keeps increasing. This is true. The launch of Fox Weather as a Diginet across Fox's owned and operated stations in February of 2022, followed by the launch of Weagle Broadcasting's Story Television at the end of March, saw the number of active Diginets in America hit a record high of 54. That's 54 channels out there that are served underneath the normal broadcasting. But what is a Diginet? Well, I think I've explained that pretty well, but they talk about the same thing we just did. The channel, being digital, is divided into some sub-channels. To use the Fox Weather example, the main channel in this case would be Fox, which would remain the same channel, let's call it channel 9 as they're doing here. But there would be sub-channels within that, so assuming Fox Network had no Diginets carried, then at least until Fox's Weather launch, Fox would be channel 9.1. With an OTA, a key distribution format with many broadband homes, you still get about 23 million broadband households that consume OTA programming. There's a lot of them. And that's because sometimes you can't get locals, especially with some satellite providers, but we'll keep going. And currently, this discounts the fact that many Diginets are available in most cable network lineups. And they are. Diginets operators have also turned to FAST, F-A-S-T. Those are the ad-supported platforms like Pluto that you use on a regular basis to consume free content. There are actually many of these that are out there in the world, but none more successful than the one that'll be illustrated here, MeTV. If you look at the way their primetime television network doles out all of these channels, you'll see how popular it is. In fact, from 2016 through 2021, MeTV grew substantially and carried a huge audience during prime time, which is what this chart is showing us. In terms of viewership, a surprisingly high number do turn in to watch Diginets over the air via cable prime time. Not all Diginets are measured by Nielsen, typically, so one must subscribe to be measured. Well, that's true. But Weigel's MeTV channel has pulled in an average of over 700,000 a night since 2018. That's an impressive number. For perspective, the 2021 average audience of 752,000 for MeTV was greater than that of Bravo, Lifetime, ID, A&E Network, AMC, and FX. Holy cow. And to add a little more to that, it turns out EW's Scripps Grit Network was the second most watched primetime Diginet with an audience of 412,000, which put it ahead of the Game Show Network, Adult Swim, Travel Channel, MTV, Comedy Central, and E! So it's not like these are small. And again, there's more out there, including, I believe, the True Crime Network, which is, you know, just kind of a fledgling, just getting started, like 25K-ish during prime time. Not a lot of people know about that, but even Court TV is a Diginet, folks, and that averages about 50K. It's bananas, and as you can see here, the US Diginet operators have just continued to grow, and of course Disney's invested in this as well. In fact, they're going to continue to grow, as I suspect will Fox, who carries currently 4 different Diginet. And this is why, according to the story, traditional networks like Disney, Fox, NBC Universal, Paramount, they're expanding their Diginet offerings. There remains an audience for the fare available on the Diginet, which ranges from classic TV shows to movies, lifestyle channels, etc. There's news, like you can get Newsy, by the way, via a Diginet, and also on Pluto TV and Roku and other places. See, they're kind of like making themselves available in a lot of places, but these Diginets, they're free. In order to reach the greatest possible audiences, all Diginets should launch a fast live feed, which they've already been doing, or extensions in the next year or two so that the format will boom, and it will. But obviously it's essential for Diginets to be in front of the 19 million to its estimated 25 million North American households that don't actually use TV. So that's interesting. We'll see how this works out for them with the fast stuff. I think that's pretty cool. The success of these Diginets is often overlooked by the media business, with many networks seeing TV audience increases in recent years amidst a pattern of general decline. That's right, the Diginets are growing, these other things are shrinking. So they should probably be paying attention to these, and I know that I will be now. So hopefully, in addition to what I learned, you've learned some things too. These are pretty cool sub-channels, right? And we should probably check those out, maybe find a way to cut some more cords or eliminate some more streaming costs. I think that's something everybody would like to do. But I'm just curious, what do you think? Do you think that you could find a way to watch even less streaming content, pay somebody less for their streaming service because you can get access to the same kind of information by not doing so? Do you think CNN would likely consider watching a Diginet for their CNN Plus car crash that they're involved in right now? Do you think Warner Brothers Television might get in on this game? I don't know. Who knows? But I think it's very cool. And I would be interested in maybe, checking out more of these as I expand my, the reach of my antenna. There are some antennas out there available that'll get up to about 150 miles of range to collect this amazing signal that most modern televisions are already built to take advantage of by dividing the channels up. Pretty cool information. Anyway, just let me know what you think. Do you think liable to do that? Do you think you're interested in this? Was this even informative? Was this the kind of video you want to see from time to time? I don't know, but if you could just give me some feedback down there in the comments section below, I would truly appreciate it. Of course, I'm always going to tell you to support other independent content creators out there on the platform. There are many of them that are largely ignored because, again, the algorithm features the big corporate content creators and not the little guys. Well, they're not so little. I mean, some of these channels are big, but they always can use your support. So subscribe, share, comment, of course, and hit the like button. And that really helps everybody, especially the comments. Engagement key. And I appreciate it very much. With that being said, be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others. Wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene. And until next time, bye.
Thanks for visiting today. Be sure you're subscribed and hit that for alerts.
Yay!
Of course, like and share all of the videos that you can as it helps with the algorithm. Have a great day.